Okay guys, today I'm working on a Land Rover. It is a 2006 LR3 SE, and I will be replacing the power steering pump along with the reservoir and a hose. So here's the car. We have our reservoir right here. You just see it's old and very dirty. Our hose is connected to the bottom. You can follow the hose right there. And there's the power steering pump. I couldn't find a video of this myself, so we're just gonna wing it and record it for you guys. So I'll start the car up so we can hear what it sounds like and diagnose it. So the first step will be to remove this cover. It looks like 8 or 10 millimeter bolts. So my 11 millimeter is fitting for mine. I think 10 might fit. Just undo that. Mine came out with a thing, the whole screw. I think that just the nut is supposed to come off. So now that we got the cover off, to get to the power steering pump right here, we have to remove the fan. So I'm using, the fan wrench, 32, 36. It should be a 36. But we have to disconnect some electrical connectors. So I'm just gonna disconnect the battery real quick, and then I'll unplug that and unplug this. Okay, the battery is a 13 millimeter. Just always disconnect the negative side. Now that the car is dead, we'll be unplugging this connector right here, and then also be pulling this hose off, which runs right here. This is the V6 engine, not the V8, the V6, okay? I'll probably pull this hose off, and then let's see what it looks like once that's undone. So when disconnecting your coolant hose, you will have a little bit of coolant come out, just a little bit. And then just have your little pan ready. See, that's all that came out. And set that aside, and mine's zip tied. But to disconnect this, looks like trying to see it here, where you pinch it. Looks like you just pinch the middle. Yeah, okay. So you pinch the middle right there, and it'll slide up. So now that we remove the air intake and the coolant hose and disconnected our wire, we can take the top part of the fan cover off. It just slides into those little grooves and it just pops right out. Just give it a little tug up, maybe push in a little bit, and it'll come right out. Okay, so now how to remove the fan. You have this connector right here. You can either disconnect it down there, or this just slides out. There's your connector, and it comes out. And to loosen this, you'll need one of these fan clutch wrench. It's a 36 millimeter. And then you'll need one of these. They all come in a set. And you hook that on these two right here, and then you pull this way. So you're looking at it and you go left. Sometimes you go right, it's different. You can tell by the fans, but this one, you spin it left. Let's see how it's all loose now. So that's the way you spin it. And you hook this. Use the one with the open side. And you hook this between there, like so. And you hold this one and you crank that one left. And then once you got it loose, like I do, then you just spin it loose. It's kind of tight there. And get that off. Okay, once you get your fan off, you'll have a plastic guard, that right there, under here. And it just clips right here. So if you just pull this back, it'll just slide up. This will be hooked on it. And it'll just slide up. Just get things out of the way, it makes it easier. And now our pump is right here. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna drain the reservoir first. So I got my pan under there. I'm gonna unclamp this hose. It'll start pouring out. Then I'll disconnect this side and then we'll disconnect these. Also take a picture of the belt because you will be removing this belt. So take a picture of that real quick and then get your phone down here and take a picture of it so you have it. So I pried this up so I can get a hold of the clamp. The back just slides in there, so you just lift it up. Not much fluid in the reservoir because it's been leaking. Just have your pan underneath. Catch it all. It'd be perfect. Obviously most of the fluid is in the hose. You can see it's all full. So that is where most of the fluid will come out of. So I'm not replacing the actual lines. I probably should, but the owner didn't want to pay for these, so we're just replacing the pump and the reservoir. I also replaced the air filter, but that's really easy. It's just a bunch of screws and it comes right off. So we're gonna flip this around, get all that fluid out. Make sure you have some towels around, old dirty towels to wipe up the mess. And now I'm gonna unclamp this hose right here, unclamp it, and then we'll move on to this nut right here. Okay, so here's what the reservoir looks like, emptied. You have those two connections. The second one's right there in the other hose. And I'll just pop out. Mine are pretty stiff. They've been on here for a long time. So pop that one out. See, that one's kind of empty. So most of the fluid's already drained out. There's not much in here. So shake that out. And then next we'll move on to this one right here. Looks like maybe a 22 millimeter or maybe 19. So once you got that moved out of the way, how you can loosen the belt, you take a 3/8 drive and there's a little square right there. You put that in there, you put it on the loosen and you crank that over and it will let you pull that belt right off. I need a new one of those. And you can twist up, make sure you don't have any noise. Make sure they're good. Twist your stuff. But now the belt's off. Now let's focus on this. It's a 21 millimeter. Okay, 21 or 22. I'm gonna find out. Now that I got mine loose, the top nut didn't budge, but the bottom one did. So you see it's like rotating the whole assembly. You don't want that, but we'll make it work. It'll be fine. So we'll make that work. Check in there, see if there's one. I don't. Looks like there's one right there. In there, right there. And then there's a 10 millimeter. They're all pretty loose, so it should come out pretty easy. And you have to rotate it, and you get it right through there. 10 millimeter. Okay, so I was wrong. There's actually 3 of these little suckers. They're coming in a triangle. We go in at the very top, right there. They were hiding because they're so dirty. In the middle, and one at the bottom. So you can see the pattern, 1, 2, 3, right there. So pop those 3 off. See, mine's already getting all loose. You can actually put those 2 back in. I was wrong. So just those 3. Those 3 right there, and it'll come out. Okay, I'm putting those 2 back in. That was my bad. And once you get the 3 out, there you go. There's your little power steering pump. So mine's holding on to with this screw because this one didn't come loose, so I'll just unscrew the body like that. And that's where it sits right there. It's a little cozy cocoon. So I'm obviously gonna clean all that out and just spin this around real quick and get that off. And more fluid will be coming out, so have your pan ready. The screw off. That was really stuck in there. So we got it. That's great. Now this will come off. And there's our pump. Let the fluid drain out. And there's our pump. Easy peasy. Okay, here is the new pump. It's looking great. And it'll go in just like that. It's looking good. Some come without this or this. You just have to reuse the old one. I mean, that's fine. But this one, we just got the whole piece. Okay, once you have your pump, it's real simple. Just take it like this. And just kind of toss it back in there. And it'll fall into place. It'll fall into place, and you line up the holes. Take your clean nuts. Line it up. And just hand thread them in. Okay, and once you get them hand tight with this, the 3 screws, it'll be 25 foot torque pounds. So set it to 25, tighten those 3 up, and then I don't know the torque on these, but probably just do like hand tight. So I had my torque wrench set to 25. It wasn't clicking, and they were feeling kind of like soft, you know, when you start to over tighten. So I stopped, and I just grabbed my small one, and I just tightened them to, you know, they're nice and tight. They're not going anywhere, just kind of hand tight. And I'm gonna do the same with these ones. Okay, this part is important. You have a crush washer on the screw on the top, and you have a washer on the bottom. Mine fell out into my oil pan, so make sure you have a washer on the top and on the bottom, or else it'll leak. And then you'll tighten that, and I'll get the torque spec for you in just a second. So the internet says 18 to 22 foot-pounds on this one, so let's shoot for 22. Okay, I got mine all tight. It's looking great. I got all my bolts tight. Now, I tried to buy a hose to replace this one, but I couldn't find one. I couldn't find one for the V6 engine. This one was for the V8, and it's totally the wrong part. Power steering hose. It's totally the wrong part. Okay, here's the new reservoir. The big one connects to the big hose. The little one connects to the small hose, and the back clips in right there. So just hook that up real quick. Okay, once you got your hoses wiped down, looking good and clean, you got them clamped at the very top, and then that just slides in right there, and that's good to go. Now I'm gonna run the belt. Probably should have ran it before I put this back on, but now I'm gonna run the belt. Okay, now that you got your belt on, it's pretty simple on this car. Make sure it's lined up on all the grooves, like mine was messed up on the AC compressor. So just make sure it's all lined up in the grooves, it's lined up, looking good. And then you can tie in this one and this one. Okay, I had to throw in a new tensioner because ours was bad. So there's a new tensioner. You got the belt all ran up. Now we're going to throw the fan back in. Okay, slide this plastic piece in first. It just slides in on the side, it clicks in. You'll know when it's in. And then now put your fan in and spin it onto here. Okay, now to get it tight, I just spin it. That's definitely the fastest way. Spin it on. Okay, when it's tight, you're gonna take your 2 tools and you're gonna turn it this way to the right. Go this way, and that'll tighten it. Okay, make sure you got the wire in its spot right there. Make sure you got all your wire. Just double check everything. Make sure your wire's in the slot. Make sure your hoses are hooked up. Your belt is run, it's tight. Make sure everything's double checked. And then you can put this cover on. Just slides in. She goes this way. Slides in these little holes right there. Kind of snaps in place. And then, don't forget, reconnect this one right here. It'll kind of snap. And then we'll put our air intake on, reconnect to this, and our coolant line. Okay, with everything reconnected, oh, looks good. Sounds even better. We got our air hose reconnected. We got our coolant line reconnected. Made sure the coolant was topped off because we did lose some. Got this back on. That's looking beautiful. Wow, it's just dead quiet. It's perfect. I'm checking for leaks. Now, it's below fill. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill it up and I'm gonna be turning the steering wheel left and right and try to get all the air out and make sure it's filled up. Okay, job's all done. Reservoir is topped off. Sounds beautiful. There's the new pump right there. And just listen to it.